on through most of the day tomorrow, and again, probably just a couple of inches there in Boston. Here's that really long area of wintry weather from Texas now all the way up into Pennsylvania. We'll drop you down into Dallas, where we're getting a lot of reports now of freezing rain, and there's a lot more rain on the way, a little bit more than some of our high-resolution models were indicating earlier. You can see a pretty good batch now coming up through the west central part of the state, and freezing rain now being reported in San Angelo. So we're going to see very tricky travel there in Dallas tonight, and then you've got heavy snow and sleet, and there could be a lot of sleet across Arkansas and western Tennessee over the next several hours. We could be talking about sleet accumulations of 2 to 3 to maybe 4 inches. We've had very heavy snow there in southern Illinois, southern Indiana, western Kentucky, as much as several inches, 8 inches of snow in Anna in Illinois, and moderate snow now still coming down across the Ohio Valley. There's a look at the totals for tonight. Large area of several inches, and then within that there could be a foot of snow in Kentucky and also into West Virginia. And then we've got that ice dropping down into Mississippi and Alabama tomorrow morning. Kim, over to you.
Thanks, Carl. And commuters in Dallas are bracing for an icy commute Thursday morning thanks to, well, Thor making its way across the country. And our Scott Newell has been in Dallas all night long tracking road conditions. Scott, any word on the conditions on the roads right now?
Yeah, it just continues to get worse here. The temperature's gone down to 31 degrees. And of course, as the temperature goes down, these winds are coming in from the north. And it's causing that cold air to come here and change this rain that we've had pretty much all day. Now it's starting to get slick. We are actually standing on an overpass right now. And this is freezing rain that is essentially getting slushy. And we're hearing reports of some accidents around town. Probably the most serious accident is in Denton County. It occurred earlier today, about 7:30 tonight. They have had sleet there since about 5:30 because the cold air moved in there much earlier than it's moving in here. And they had a 6-car pileup, and from what we hear from the Sheriff's Department, a 7th car plowed into that. There's been 1 fatality there. We don't know whether it's male or female. We don't know really much about it, but the sheriff up there says it is definitely weather-related. People just driving too fast. And that is what we want to caution everybody in this area, is just to slow down, because these streets are deceptive. You know, they look just wet, but it is getting colder here as things move in. As the cold air moves in, it just continues to get worse, especially on the overpasses. And this particular pileup happened on a bridge, so you know that they freeze before everything else does. Also, just want to run down, there have been some school closings, but the major schools in the Metroplex here will decide tomorrow whether or not they're going to close. Some parks and recs delayed. Also, municipal court canceled tomorrow morning. There have been some scattered power outages. It seems like the ice is accumulating, and it seems that they are getting a broader reports now of power outages. Also, Love Field is open, and Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is open, but they've proactively canceled 175 flights for tomorrow, so there are going to be delays there. And it's going to obviously depend on what happens overnight here, how much snow and sleet accumulates, and how the crews deal with that. They are out doing the best they can. So that's the situation here in the Metroplex and in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Alex, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Scott. Well, Winter Storm Thor causing flooding problems in West Virginia. This is Deckers Creek in Morgantown, which flooded when melting snow added to already high water levels. Now, Deckers Creek is one of the many tributaries that flows from the Monongahela River. Several school districts in the area closed for the day today due to the flooding concerns.
And right now we're looking live at Philadelphia, where we're looking at Winter Storm Thor to drop maybe from 3 to 5 inches of snow tomorrow morning. Highs hovering around the freezing mark. Right now the temperature's in the 40s, but we will see temperatures dropping and snow moving in. Winter storm warning in effect, but again, foggy conditions right now. Dense fog advisory till midnight.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 85. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night. A few clouds from time to time. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I love my Meta Health bars because when nutritious tastes this delicious, I don't miss the other stuff.
Meta Health Bars help promote heart health. Experience the Meta effect with our multi-health wellness line.
When you're hungry for the craveable taste of tender fish and shrimp, nothing's better than Long John Silver's. Now, for a limited time, enjoy our new crispy golden fish and shrimp basket for just $3.99 at Long John Silver's.
Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everyone can say they're the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts, glory, Ram.
Anna, Tom, what can I help you find today?
We are repainting, but our kids are tough on walls.
I totally get it. You need Valspar. It's our best paint. And with the Valspar color guarantee, if you don't like the color, you get a new one free.
What?
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Change color for free?
We've been doing that for years. Hey, Val, check it out. Hey, Val.
I see you, honey.
Hurry in now to save big on sample paints in any color. Just 99 cents each this month only. Going to the paint studio at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Uh-oh, you're behind the wheel and the sun is so bright you're blinded by the light and can't see a thing. Your visor doesn't stop it, so you dare to drive right into the glare. Stop blinding sun and dangerous glare with EasyView XT, the amazing fast flip-down glare blocker that blocks sun glare in a split second. Just slide EasyView XT onto any visor and that's it. It stays sure and secure, no tools or assembly required. With just a flip, you've got the sun and glare neutralizing protection you need at your fingertips. Traditional car sun visors block your view and impede your vision. EasyView XT is made of clear acrylic that you can see right through with a perfect tint to diffuse light and glare so you can keep the road ahead in clear view. Look, morning sun makes it impossible to see, but you always have a clear view with EasyView XT. With late afternoon glare, you can't see what's ahead, but with EasyView XT, you'll be amazed at what you'll see instead. It even reduces glare from oncoming headlights at night.
I drive my kids from school every afternoon directly into the sun, but now with EasyView XT, I can actually see and keep my family safe.
I drive nearly 100 miles each day for work, and with EasyView XT, I never have to squint into the sun.
With EasyView XT, I'm a lot more comfortable and confident behind the wheel.
I won't even put my rig in gear without my EasyView XT in it.
Stop squinting and gazing into the sun and glare. Get the EasyView XT glare blocker so you can actually see. And right now it's yours for just $10. Whether it's early morning sun, blinding afternoon light, or diffusing headlight glare at night, you'll use EasyView XT driving everywhere. And there's more. Order right now and we'll double the offer and send a second EasyView XT for the passenger side. And it's yours free. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get 2 EasyView XT glare blockers, a $30 value for just $10. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-350-0320. That's 1-800-350-0320. Or go to EasyViewXT.com. Order now.
Welcome back, everyone. We're looking right now at the White House. 45 degrees here in the D.C. area. Rain is around, but believe it or not, we're under a winter storm warning. We're going to get 5 to inches of snow for tomorrow. Look at the radar. It's all green right now. That is going to eventually change over to snowfall. So the ground's saturated. We're going to see snow on top of that. And it's going to change over about 9 o'clock in the morning or somewhere between 6 and 9 a.m. So if you commute early before 6, you're probably okay. You wait till 9 o'clock and beyond. Look at those temperatures dropping into the 20s and snow through the afternoon, through the rush hour. to the Beltway, dealing with snow even at 6 p.m. And that's where we're going to see some issues for travelers. So 5 inches of snow around the D.C. area. Looks like here around Stoughton about 6 inches, and Martinsburg 6 inches as well. So please be careful tomorrow. Alex?
Absolutely. Well, joining us now by a phone is Reggie Sanders from the D.C. Department of Transportation. Reggie, thank you so much for joining us here this evening. Can you give us an update on what the conditions are right now? I know we haven't seen any snow moving in, but some wet weather.
Right. Well, we got some wet weather. The temperatures are way up there, so they gives us a chance to put down on the roads. Of course, we have a snow emergency here, and we want to get those cars off the street so we can get curb to curb and make sure that we're in a position to get that snow out of here when it finally comes. Now, the big concern right now is, of course, when those sub-temperatures drop. Those temperatures drop to those low degrees, and then we're looking at some icy conditions tomorrow morning, which is why Mayor Bowser has gone ahead and asked the schools to be closed. So we are looking at some pretty slick conditions in the morning, and hopefully people will stay off the roads and give us a chance to clear them.
Now, you mentioned the snow emergency. Does that mean folks are going to be getting towed who are not off the road at this point?
Absolutely. They will be towed, and a $250 ticket for the snow emergency. So we really don't want to emphasize the tickets and the towing, but we really want to emphasize that we want to get that snow out of the way. So if you can get back to work on Friday, everything will be fine.
So how are the winter prep supplies, like the salt, shaping up for the rest of the season?
Well, you know, just like every municipality on the East Coast, we're running low, but we think we have enough to do this and get it done. We've been very aggressive, and we're going to be very aggressive throughout the night. Starting at 2 a.m., we're going to have 200 trucks out there, and they're going to be doing everything they can to prep the roads for the snow that's coming. Again, the advantage we have is that the temperatures are way high, which is kind of crazy, you know, and I hope this is the last one. I really do, Alex.
I hear you, and I know a lot of folks are right there with you. Thank you so much.
I'm telling you. Okay.
We appreciate it. Reggie Sanders there with the D.C. Department of Transportation. Everyone out there certainly sick and tired of this winter. Kim?
Very tired. All right, thanks so much, guys. Let's talk about the ice. And we're going to see some problems on the roadways in the Deep South. And so what are we talking about? What kind of problems will we see with just a little bit of ice? So let's go ahead and show you now what this looks like. And hopefully I can see the map here. We're going to take a look now. When you get a 1/4 inch or less, that means windshields are coated, bridges are slick, and we get some light ice on the trees. That's a nuisance type of ice event. So yes, bridges, overpasses, that's what you have to watch out for. And a lot of areas in the South will be dealing with that type of ice accumulation. But disruptive, when we get to a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch, tree limbs begin to sag and even break. And the roads are icy and very dangerous. Power outages starting to happen, especially as you get closer to that 1/2 inch range. Then once you get above a 1/2 inch, widespread tree and power line damage, roads impassable. This is when you see cities shut down. Now, we do think there might be an area or two that could see a 1/2 inch of ice, and that could be right here in central Louisiana. So heads up for you guys. This is where we could see power outages, maybe even southern parts of Arkansas and over towards Memphis and south of there, that area as well. But definitely this area is going to be very dangerous to be traveling on. Alex?
All right, Kim. Well, worries about ice turn to fears of flooding the further south you travel. Now, already in West Virginia, snow melts being blamed for some of these rising water levels and even damage. We're going to assess the damage that Winter Storm Thor could bring to your area next. Much more on Winter Storm Thor as the night continues, all after your local on the 8s.
Busy week? Oh yeah. I got a pile of work, presentation tomorrow, daily workout, in-laws on Sunday.
Make time every day for Barocca. It supports mental sharpness and physical energy.
Barocca! Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
weather intervention.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people. I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine and clouds. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Colorists know roots take color one way and previously colored hair another. New Vidal Sassoon Salonist. First, brush roots, then blend through lengths. Our most advanced system outside the salon. It's more than color, it's a work of art.
Eligible for Medicare? That's a good thing, but it doesn't cover everything. Only about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. So consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement insurance plans, they could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call today to request a free decision guide. With these types of plans, you'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. Join the millions who have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP and provided by United Healthcare Insurance Company, which has over 30 years of experience behind it.
It makes me happy to go on the computer. I like feeling smart.
Internet Essentials from Comcast has brought low-cost internet access to over 1.4 million low-income people at home.
Internet Essentials helped me progress in my schoolwork. It helped my grades move higher.
Today, it's the largest broadband adoption program in America.
It helped me a lot.
Comcast NBC Universal, helping to bridge the digital divide.
One look at that Red Baron pizza, and you're gonna love it from the first bite to the last. Because a perfect pizza requires a perfect crust. The sauce commands your attention. The cheese begs you to savor every bite. The pepperoni declares you have reached pizza nirvana. And that last slice?
What's it worth to you?
A perfect crust means a better pizza. Red Baron, love at first bite. Pick up a pizza you can call your own. Red Baron Singles.
1995.
You only have two hands, but you have a whole lot of bristles.
Call 1-800-582-1681.
Winter Storm Thor.
This is going to be a long track storm that is going to produce a variety of wintry weather across the U.S.
Live coverage continues in a moment on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to Weather Center. You're looking live now at Denver, Colorado. It is 8 degrees, Arctic cold, gripping the mile-high city. Low tonight getting down to about 7 or so, maybe a little bit lower than that. And things warm back up tomorrow, mostly sunny with high temperatures in the mid-40s. We had a really nice dump of snow there in Colorado. A lot of people looking forward to getting up in the mountains, but be careful. There are avalanche warnings now in effect across a lot of the Colorado Rockies and down through the Sangre de Cristo Cristos and San Juans. All right, so let's talk about our storm tonight, and it's a very broad flow of moisture anywhere from Texas all the way up into the northeast. Snow is beginning to break out now in Pennsylvania. It's going to be moving into New York and Boston and Philly overnight. It will be coming down tomorrow morning. That means a really slow start up and down that 95 corridor, and several inches of snow, most likely from Jersey and southeast Pennsylvania on southward. And let's begin with a look at where it is right now. And here again is that very broad flow of moisture that's coming up and interacting with the cold air that's been driving southward through the day today. So you've got this huge interface between that warmer air and the colder air. And right now in Dallas, a lot of reports of freezing rain. Little Elm, north of town, reporting a lot of problems on the roads. There have been a number of accidents, and we've got more on the way here. Schools closed in Dallas and Fort Worth and Arlington for tomorrow with all this freezing rain coming in. And in fact, as we expand off to the west here, you'll notice that there is a lot more precipitation on the way. So we've got more freezing rain coming in. It's going to get worse tonight across the Metroplex there, so please be careful if you do have to get out. Obviously, if you don't have to, don't do anything. Just stay put. We're expecting to see a lot of that also farther south down into Waco and towards Killeen. Now, much farther to the north and east, we've gotten a lot of sleet here in central parts of Arkansas as well as Memphis. We could be looking at accumulations of 2 or 3 inches of sleet, and then it's going to be freezing rain to the south of that and to the north of that. It's been snow and a lot of it. We've had several inches already, 8 inches in southern Illinois and Anna, and that is north and west of Paducah. Right now we're getting moderate snow in Louisville as well as Athens and Albany, and all told we're talking about a large area in Kentucky, southern Ohio, West Virginia of several inches. Within that, could be looking at a foot in West Virginia and parts of Kentucky. Now, as cold air continues to press southward, we're going to watch this area of sleet and freezing rain also dropping farther southward. That's overnight tonight, 3 o'clock in the morning. And notice that the rain does begin to pick up in intensity right down in here. So where that's coming across the area of cold air at the surface, that's where you could be talking about some pockets of more moderate freezing rain, perhaps in northern Louisiana, central parts of Mississippi. And at the very same time, the winds are going to be fairly strong coming down through the Mississippi Valley, and that could mean some scattered power outages there in Mississippi. Really tough travel tomorrow morning. Jackson, Starkville, up into Columbus, and also into Huntsville, and then eventually over into Tennessee as well. And in fact, it will linger in Tennessee and northern Alabama right through the morning, and then finally winding down going into the middle of the day. But very cold air drops down behind this thing, and that means, Alex, that we're going to be looking at a mess on the roads in a lot of the Mid-South right through the day tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Carl. Meanwhile, on the southern side of Thor, rain and even some thunder for some of the southeastern states. Here we are looking live at Atlanta, Georgia, the view from above the Coca-Cola World headquarters. And boy, what a difference. Last night, right around this time, couldn't see. It's fogged out, just a mess. Now, just cloudy skies and warmth, but there is the threat for showers coming in tonight and into tomorrow. High temperatures should top out in the 50s, a bit cooler than where we were today in those 70s. So there's the radar, and you can see some of the rain. It's East Texas here dealing with it into portions of southern Arkansas. There are a few lightning strikes showing up, so you can't rule out a few rumbles of thunder there. Also here into Mississippi, and then a few spotty showers through Alabama and into eastern sections of Tennessee. So tonight, along the Gulf Coast, Houston, Galveston, New Orleans, spreading its way tomorrow in towards the panhandle of Florida. You'll be dealing with the showers and a few storms. Into the Carolinas, particularly most of South Carolina dealing with the rain. Eastern half of North Carolina, it's rain, but you get into the western areas, that's where you see a bit of the wintry weather there. But it's all going to be rain in Atlanta, and we'll see that moving on in through the overnight hours into tomorrow morning. So the rush hour, roadways may be a little wet out there, but look what happens with those temperatures. That's one thing we'll notice as well. As we move through the day, temperatures, they will be dropping. Kim?
Winter weather is causing a growing headache for people taking public transit in Boston. Well, in our next hour, why these long lines might just be the beginning of travel troubles that Winter Storm Thor's got in store for us. We'll be right back.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 85. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Winter Storm Thor unleashing its strength. Freezing rain, sleet, ice, snow, rain, and even flooding impacting people across the nation. And following that winter weather, extreme cold. We'll see highs over 25 degrees below normal, below average, from southern Texas all the way up to New York State. And right now, 88 million people are being impacted by the 20th named winter storm of the season. Thor's impact is wide-ranging from the southwest all the way up to the northeast. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Cunningham.
And I'm Alex Wallace. You're watching special coverage of Winter Storm Thor. Now, we've got teams all across the South tonight covering it for you. Maria LaRosa is in Lexington, Kentucky. Scott Newell in Dallas, where we've been dealing with the wintry precip, sleet, some freezing rain here and there. Could certainly impact tomorrow morning's commute. But we start in Memphis, Tennessee. That's where Ron Blome is. And Ron, how are things shaping up at this hour?
Well, if you remember an hour ago, we just had some water and slush on the streets. Look at it now. It is just a driving, stinging sleet coming down with winds out of the northeast. The streets are now slush and sleet covered. The interstates in and out and around Memphis are covered as well with ice and sleet. And there's a multi-car pileup not far from here out on Interstate 40. We'll have a complete report coming up.
All right, thanks so much. Let's talk about the ice forecast now in the Dallas area. We're already seeing it, but that's going to continue at least through 9 o'clock. And then by 11 o'clock, it's going to change over to snow. So it's going to be ice, the first layer, snow on top of that. That'll be with us till about 2 o'clock in the morning. Then finally, we're done. But then we got to focus on the temperatures. We're going to see those temperatures drop to the mid-20s. So it's going to be very icy on the roadway. That's why the schools are closed. We got 8 o'clock in the morning. Here comes the sun. So this will help us out a little bit during the afternoon. But again, staying below freezing at least through 10 a.m. here in the Big D. So be careful. Now, for the rest of us, we're going to see a bigger threat of ice accumulation, especially northern Louisiana, close to a ½ inch. And this is where we could see some power outages. Seeing it up towards Memphis, Huntsville, again, all the way into the deep south. We're going to see some freezing rain and sleet and maybe some snow as well. Snow totals, very impressive for this part of the country. March, though, you know, you can get some big snowstorms. We're seeing 8 to 12 inches and through Kentucky. Looks like Kentucky really is going to be a terrible place to be traveling. If you're traveling 75 out of Knoxville, you know, I probably just wouldn't do it because it's going to be tough to keep up with some of this snowfall. Alex?
You said it. Staying home is the best bet. Well, let's get you right out to another area that is experiencing Thor tonight. That is Lexington in Kentucky, where flooding is also a concern for you there as snow is coming down as well. Meteorologist Maria LaRosa joins us live. And Maria, still snowing and still piling up?
Still snowing, still piling up. We're getting close to 3 inches of snowfall, but you mentioned the flooding concerns. That's because of the 2 inches of rain on top of the snow melt. But, you know, for many people, winter has been misery. In Lexington, you know, it's been a wild one. They had Octavia when they got 10 plus inches of snow. But, you know, we here at the Weather Channel try and show you how it's amazing out there. And I want to bring in one gentleman who knows all too well just how amazing it is out there. This is Howard Forbes, everybody, from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Never seen snow fall from the sky, and of all places, he's experiencing it in Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you so much for braving the cold. I've got to see it from your perspective. What do you think about the snowfall?
I think it's amazing. It's my first time. I've been here for 51 years. I've never seen it actually fall from the sky. I've always seen it on the road and on the sides, but never seen it fall from the sky. I think it's really amazing. The temperature in the Virgin Islands is usually the lowest, about 69 degrees, so we don't see snow, obviously.
So you have a peanut gallery of friends over there off to the side off camera, and they're egging you to do, you know, snow angels and snowball fight. Are you going to do any of that?
I don't think so.
Not on camera anyway.
Not on camera anyway.
Well, we thank you so much for sharing your time with us, and I hope you get to enjoy the beautiful side of winter.
Thank you.
And Thor, thank you so much. I'll let you go get warmed up now. But, you know, that is one side of this. But the other side, of course, is that you have to live through this. You have to get on with your day. And crews were out earlier salting and plowing. We were off of Broadway and Main Street here at Triangle Park, and we saw car after car kind of struggling through the slushy snow. So they're going to be out throughout the night tonight, which is great. Also great news for the kids, anyway. They are getting a snow day. Fayette County, Lexington Public Schools are off for tomorrow. But the mayor also wanted to let us know that there are shelters open because of the extreme cold temperatures. We are only seeing highs in the 20s tomorrow, and then lows back down near single digits here come Friday morning. Let's bring in a storm specialist, Carl Parker, because Carl, it is a beautiful snow right now. You have those big fat flakes, but it was a really interesting scene here, a really interesting part of Thor, the series of precipitation types with this through one single city like Lexington.
Yeah, and that speaks to that cold air that is driving southward and changing the precip over all across the country. We're seeing that in many different parts of the country, and we're going to begin with a look at the Northeast right now, where we've got rain for the time being in Philly and New York and across southern New England, but you see the snow on the northwest side of that's beginning to show up now in central Pennsylvania around Shamokin and Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, back into Johnstown and Altoona. And gradually, as the cold air continues to filter southward, it's going to change over to snow overnight tonight. And then by tomorrow morning, most of our major metros up and down 95 looking at snow coming down. So here's the model. And here we go into 7:30 in the morning. It should be snowing in Boston, in Hartford, and Providence, and New York, down through Trenton, Philly, right into Wilmington, Baltimore, and D.C. So in all of these cities, we're going to be looking at lighter snow that comes down for the better part of the day farther south. Not so much in southern New England. It's going to be winding down in the early afternoon there, but it will continue through the afternoon in Philly and Baltimore and D.C., and then by the evening, it begins to move out. And again, it's going to be lighter snow for the most part. This is not a really intense area of low pressure, but because of the persistence of the snow, we're thinking there's likely going to be a large area that sees several inches of snow, 5 to 8 inches. Southern parts of Pennsylvania, right around Philly, the tri-state area, a lot of New Jersey, Delaware, the Delmarva, right through Maryland and down 81 as well. So not the worst of winter storms, but it's certainly going to be a healthy one for these areas. And then as we expand the picture and look back and into the Central Plains, the Ohio Valley, boy, the snow's really been coming down in Kentucky. And right now we've got freezing rain to tell you about in the Dallas and Fort Worth Metroplex, and there's more on the way here. As we expand the picture farther south and west, you see there's a lot more rain on the way, and that's going to come up into Dallas and produce more problems on the roads. And we do have some very unfortunate news to tell you about. There has been a fatal accident in Denton as a result of this freezing rain. Not a lot of ice accumulation, but it doesn't cause a lot to cause terrible problems on the roads. Farther to the north and east, there's the snow that is coming down into Paducah. Right now, it's still raining in Nashville, but that sleet is getting close, freezing rain getting close, and we've got sleet in Memphis and Little Rock, and we are likely going to see sleet, freezing rain in northern Mississippi, southern parts of Arkansas, and North Alabama by tomorrow morning. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Carl. We're going to continue our coverage of Winter Storm Thor.
Along with the threat for flooding in the Richlands Mountain area in West Virginia, that is a threat out there as well.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira giving me new perspective. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
Yes! Again! That's a 3! You gotta be kidding me!
You gotta be kidding me! Pentarak!
3, baby. 10 minutes.
Oh my God! Dude, you gotta be kidding me!
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 85. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Winter Storm Thor.
This is going to be a long track storm that is going to produce a variety of wintry weather across the U.S.
Live coverage continues in a moment on the Weather Channel.
You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do? Drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
With Liberty Mutual new car replacement, we'll replace the full value of your car. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then you need Ageless Male, with an ingredient clinically shown to increase free testosterone levels. Ageless Male is now available at these fine retailers.
You know your dentures can move. Unlike natural teeth, try Fixodent Plus TrueFeel. The smooth formula helps keep dentures in place. It's free of flavors and colorants for a closer feeling to natural teeth. Fixodent, and forget it.
We're looking live here on Memphis, Tennessee, where we've been dealing with a little bit of sleet, even some freezing rain, at least that being reported at the airport. Doesn't look like many folks are out here on Beale Street, but we'll be watching the concern, no doubt about it, with that wintry weather there on the ground. In fact, let's get you there on the ground with the Weather Channel's Ron Blom. He is reporting live for us tonight. Ron, I tell you, there was a big difference earlier today. It was milder. We had a bit of rain, but things have certainly changed.
Yeah, you know, it was a temperature shift of maybe 35 degrees from earlier this morning when we were just wearing windbreakers. Now we're layered up. And look what's happened. This is the difference that just a few degrees getting colder, getting us below freezing will make. This is Germantown Parkway. It was just wet and slushy most of the afternoon, but now it is getting coated with this sleet. And as the cars drive through, it's packing down. It's getting slick out here. And believe me, by morning, this will be frozen over because the overnight low is going to be 20 degrees. Now, we were telling you a little bit earlier, there was a multi-car pileup on I-40. I believe that was eastbound here in Shelby County. We now understand that's been cleared. Don't think there were any injuries there. But the interstates coming in and out of Memphis are a mess. I wouldn't even try to get out there. They're either covered in slush like this with the sleet, or they're ice covered. Over in Arkansas, I-55 going north from West Memphis towards the Missouri line is ice covered. The same with I-40 as you go west towards Little Rock. In this situation, really, you can go from Shreveport, Dallas area, all the way up through this the Mid-South area, and you're going to run into these conditions overnight. Now, with a low tonight predicted of 20 degrees, we're going to start to see this sleet as it's hitting the colder air turning over to snow. We could have up to 3 inches of snowfall predicted here in Memphis. In the outlying area, Shelby County and around, it could go 4 inches up towards the Cumberland Plateau. Of course, it could be even deeper. Power outages, the big fear for tonight, have not come to fruition. Over in Arkansas, Energy's reporting just a couple of thousand customers out. Could have been much, much worse with the ice they were seeing falling over Jonesboro area in the Arkansas Delta. And here in the Memphis area, it's just a couple hundred people have lost power. So this could change, but I think we've gotten past that time slot where the heavy freezing rain could have built up on the tree limbs and such, and his sleet is going to be a good story. It doesn't stick to the lines, and it's shed by the trees a little easier. You don't get that big weight buildup. So Memphis tomorrow, it's going to be basically shut down. They don't have a lot of snow removal equipment. They don't have a lot of plows. The Department of Transportation certainly is out working the interstate with salt and doing what they can. But these kind of road situations in the Mid-South, usually they just wait for a little sunshine to melt it off. But we may not see that until Saturday. Kim?
All right, Ron, that's right. And we're going to see some very cold temperatures for a couple of days, not just for the South, but for the Northeast as well. And the Midwest, we're already dealing with it. The forecast for Friday morning is 0 degrees in Chicago. That's a record. What about this record set back in Charleston, West Virginia in 1917 of 10 degrees? We're going to blow that record away. 3 degrees is our forecast, so by 7 degrees. So many records will be broken over the next couple of days as the Arctic air we're seeing across the upper Midwest and northern plains begins to come southward. Right now, though, temperatures cold enough in the 20s and 30s for the icy weather, but Atlanta 68 degrees. There's some cool air coming your way too. So there's a jet stream all the way across the south, that bitterly cold Arctic air on the move. We're going to see it in the plains as well. Wichita tomorrow morning at 14. St. Louis, it's here as well. Bitterly cold for you guys. Cincinnati 4 degrees. This is Friday morning, so it all shifts off to the east. New York 11 degrees, and then Saturday morning we're back to 17, so a slight warm up. So you get the idea. We've got several days of bitterly cold temperatures, and then after this weekend, we've got some great news for you. We're going to see a big change. So Boston 14 degrees, D.C. looking at cold temperatures as well. So more records, even Baltimore, Atlantic City, Bridgeport, all could see record lows. We're talking about single digits. That's crazy for March. So make sure you bundle up and cover those plans. We'll be right back.
I design apps, and I like to look my best no matter where I'm going.
Definitely why I bring him here to Burlington. I can find everything I need to make him look like $1 million. I always find great stuff for me, too, and we save a fortune.
And as long as she thinks I look good, then I'm happy.
I have the worst cold with this runny nose. I better take something.
Dayquil Cold and Flu doesn't treat your runny nose.
Seriously?
Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough fights your worst cold symptoms plus your runny nose.
Oh, what a relief it is.
How long does it take to grow old? And why does it seem like no one wants to do it? Isn't growing old the same thing as living longer? Living longer is something that's on the mind of every pet parent. And what we feed them matters. At Petco, pets are our sole focus. We handpick a unique selection of food to meet our high standards. Because when we feed them better, our companions thrive. Petco, what we feed them matters.
When you're hungry for the craveable taste of tender fish and shrimp, nothing's better than Long John Silver's. Now, for a limited time, enjoy our new crispy golden fish and shrimp basket for just $3.99 at Long John Silver's.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Murder, conspiracy, religion, Armageddon.
In 2 days, nothing of this world will exist.
Don't miss.
This could throw the whole world into chaos.
The must-see edge-of-your-seat thriller.
You've taken it too far, Peter.
It's about to become your next addiction.
It makes me happy to go on the computer. I like feeling smart.
Internet Essentials from Comcast has brought low-cost internet access to over 1.4 million low-income people at home.
Internet Essentials helped me progress in my schoolwork. It helped my grades move higher.
Today, it's the largest broadband adoption program in America.
It helped me a lot.
Comcast NBC Universal, helping to bridge the digital divide.
When everything's included, the kids get a vacation of their own, and so do we. But when we get together, it's the best time of all.
I can feel it, yeah.
Right now, you can get up to 65% off. Call your travel agent or 1-800-BEACHES.
Cleaning Secret for $9.95 plus processing handling. Call 1-800-947-5113 or order online at mycleaningsecret.com.
Stay tuned for your Local on the 8s, brought to you by Secret. Fearlessness Apply Daily.
With Secret Outlast Clear Gel, you're ready no matter how long your day gets.
Stay still, like a statue. All right, sweetie. Just like a statue. Just one more. Hold still, like a statue. Really? Look here. Look at this. Where'd he go? All right.
Our new formula gives you 48-hour odor protection and goes on clear for no white marks. Secret Outlast Clear Gel.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine and clouds. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Looking live over Boston right now, sitting in the upper 30s, mostly cloudy skies, but we actually hit 43 degrees today. First time in 43 days that the city actually hit the 40-degree mark. Wow, that is actually a record streak there for you. Well, you're sitting at 105.7 inches of snow so far this season. So very close to breaking the record for most snowfall in one winter. But will Winter Storm Thor do it? That is still the question. We need 2 inches. That's all we need, 2 inches to break that record. Well, right now, it's rain showing up on the radar 2 hours south in southern parts of Connecticut, getting into Rhode Island towards the Cape. And some of that's going to try to sneak its way up into the city as we head on through our night, overnight into tomorrow morning. You can see starting it out, a bit of a rain and snow mix, but then we switch over to snow, and that's what we'll deal with through the morning rush hour. So be on the lookout for that. Here's how it'll all play out. There's the rain right now, and you'll see the precipitation shield spreading its way up into the Boston area. Worcester, you'll see some snow as well. But notice as we start to work our way towards tomorrow afternoon, the snow drifts south. And so the city itself, at least, will be out of the snow. But to the south and the east, it hangs on out there. So that's where we anticipate the higher totals to be. Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, 6 inches, while we've got an inch is what we're forecasting in Boston. So we may come up just a little shy. We'll see. All right, well, any more snow just piles on to the work that has been done out there. There's the totals are showing up out there for you. And look how many hours has been spent plowing. Over 203,000, 312,000 miles plowed, and the tons of salt, over 112,000. Kim?
That's a lot, that is for sure. And it's been a tradition for years in Boston, digging out parking spots and saving them with household items. Well, not anymore. And those parking spot savers are being picked up and tossed out. But one company is looking to do something with all those items, and our Dave Malkoff has more.
Massive snow moving machines don't even faze people in the Boston area anymore. But one lonely chair, you better notice that.
That's my truck is the Explorer right there.
Danielle Griffin dug it out of the snow and saved the spot. That's kind of what you do around here. Just not anymore.
I mean, the city took everything.
And they're dumping it in one big pile.
It's something.
An oil drum, whatever that thing was.
Oh my God, it's like a smorgasbord of everybody's junk.
Even if it doesn't say it explicitly, this one does. They all mean the same thing. That's taller than you.
Yeah. Oh, it took my husband shoveling 4 or 5 hours.
Even if it did, you're not allowed to save that spot. The law in Boston suburbs like Somerville is, paraphrasing here, finders keepers.
They think it belongs to somebody else, and it doesn't. I don't agree with that. I know by law we're not supposed to.
There's an unwritten rule in the Boston area that you just don't mess with someone's parking space they took 6 hours to dig out. This pile is a testament to all that and to creativity when it comes to space savers. Look at this. Somebody actually put a real Somerville police barricade on their spot, but it was bogus. And it got tossed in the pile.
Well, then we're picking up our own property. Anything goes. We're taking it all. I've lost my soul this winter. I don't know. I just feel like everybody's in a horrible funk because of the weather and how bad it's been.
Despite the law, this spot-saving business has been pitting neighbor against neighbor.
She was yelling at us. She had a posse of her crew outside.
He literally just parked his car on top of the spot savers.
I pulled in and she said, "That's our spot."
They moved their car, but...
While this pile will eventually melt, no amount of spring sun will do the same to this one. That's why there's actually a plan to turn all this junk into some kind of art project.
Once the snow finally does melt, we can have a Goodbye Snow Festival.
That is, if spring ever does come to New England.
Because I heard the birds singing this morning and I was like, okay, that's a sign. Maybe. Probably not.
In the hopeful-sounding Somerville, Massachusetts, Dave Malkoff, The Weather Channel.
What a story.
Absolutely. Well, ice remains a major concern for many communities as Thor sweeps its way across the country.
Cars are slipping and sliding. Look at this.
Boston Market introduces our 2 for $20 complete meal deal. For just $20, get 2 individual meals, like our all-natural rotisserie chicken, 2 classic sides, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts, all for a limited time, only at Boston Market.
It's time to take command of any adventure with the fastest-growing automotive luxury brand on the road. There's never been a better time to drive a Lexus during the Command Performance Sales Event. Get great offers on your favorite Lexus models now through March 31st. See your Lexus dealer.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. Now available over the counter in full prescription strength. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. The leading allergy pill only controls 1. Flonase controls 6. And 6 is greater than 1. Flonase, the 24-hour relief that outperforms the #1 allergy pill. So go ahead, inhale life. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
You know, some people have told me reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home, no monthly payments, and still own your home. There's got to be a catch, right, Jesse? Well, there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any income or credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-0312 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD.
In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
There's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-0312 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Yes! Again! That's a 3! You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me! Pentarak!
3, baby.
Oh my God! Dude, you gotta be kidding me!
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 85. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Winter Storm Thor.
This is going to be a long-track storm that is going to produce a variety of wintry weather across the U.S.
Live coverage continues in a moment on the Weather Channel.
Well, dangerous driving in St. Louis here. This car exiting the icy off-ramp on I-55. I mean, I can't stop watching this because it's incredible just how fast. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Just how fast they were going.
Why were they going that fast?
I know. We're thinking, were they running away from something? I mean, There's no reason to be going this fast when the roads are slick, because this is the result there for you. The car certainly got banged up, no doubt about it. And again, when you're traveling, if you have to be out there, the key is to slow it down. Well, welcome back to special coverage of Winter Storm Thor. Winter weather stretching from pretty much New Mexico all the way to New England.
Yeah, it's very long-reaching, and this storm is bringing up to a foot of snow even across the south, as well as icy conditions all the way into Texas. Now, this is what the roads looked like in Dallas a little bit earlier. Winter storm warning issued for the area until midnight Thursday. And as you can see, cars are moving along here, and at a pretty good clip, too. So looking at the rain that has changed over to some freezing rain, and eventually we're going to see that end here overnight tonight. So that's the good news. And we will see temperatures probably dropping into the upper 20s tonight. So all that glaze you see on the roads right now, where temperatures are in the low 30s, will probably ice up. Now, Scott Newell's been there all night long, and he's going to preview the morning weather for us here right now. Scott.
Yeah, it's 31 degrees here. The temperature just continues to drop. And the conditions here, I want to show you what the surface is. We're on an overpass here, so it freezes pretty well. You can see this is essentially freezing rain. And this is what an untreated surface would look like, but the crews have been out treating the roads, and the traffic's moving actually pretty well. Now, if you go north of here, northwest to Denton County, they had a 7-car pile up there. They've been getting really cold, slushy sleet up there, very slick conditions since about 5:30, because the cold air moved in there a lot earlier than here. So there's one person dead in a 7-car pile up there. If you look at the roads around Dallas, though, they're pretty much just wet. They've been treated well. People have been out driving. If you look out here, pretty much normal speeds, I think. Now let's take a look at the radar, and you can see, I mentioned how much of that cold air had already come in to the northwest area, and you can see that it's a wintry mix up there. It's moving down here pretty well. The winds are about 20 miles an hour here. They're coming out of the due north, so that cold air moving down and mixing with all the moisture in the air is what's causing the problems. Other problems, some power outages in the Dallas area. About 3,600 people without power right now. They're working to restore those as quickly as possible. Some school closings in this area have been announced for tomorrow. The major schools haven't decided yet, so people, when they get up in the morning, they will decide at what point they're going to either open schools or keep them closed. They had a couple of early closings today here. So that's the situation right here. The big test is going to be, as this cold air moves in, it's going to get into the mid-20s, and tomorrow morning we'll just have to see how slick the surfaces are and how successful the people who have been treating the roads have been. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Scott. Well, we head up the road a bit east into Kentucky, where, well, we've seen some big changes, Kim.
We have. Maria LaRosa has been going through all of them tonight. Lexington. Good evening, Maria.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, I mean, talk about a timeline. 60 degrees 24 hours ago. Now we're at snow, and it's in the 20s. I want to take a quick measurement, unofficial, of course, of how much snow has fallen. And right here in Triangle Park, we've got at least about 4 inches, and I've measured in a couple of spots where it's, drifted to that 5 or 6 inch level here because we have a little bit of a wind. But that has happened really since only 7 o'clock this evening. So you can see the Winter Wonderland right now. It's beautiful to look at, but if you've already been out trying to drive in this in Lexington, you have really come up against quite a hurdle. We've been watching everyone here at Broadway and Main Street try and navigate these slushy streets, and then they get to a little bit of a hill, and we've been watching car after car do the slide. So unfortunately, it is treacherous out there. We did manage to speak to the mayor earlier this evening, and he gave us an idea of what the plan is going forward here for the roads and Lexington residents.
We've got, I was just seeing 2 of our plows and our salt trucks that were on the road. Got about 100 of those guys that are out working the next couple of shifts. And our public safety folks are out, so there's a lot of spirit, despite the accumulation. We're especially focused on those who may need shelter, so those who are homeless perhaps. And we have shelters that are available 24 hours now, so there's a lot of attention to those who may need shelter tonight and tomorrow, in the next couple of days actually.
And the mayor's correct. We've been focusing on the maybe 7 to 9 inches of snowfall here in Lexington, but it's the brutal cold that'll definitely be lingering a lot longer. Down into the teens tomorrow morning, only up into the 20s, and then down to the single digits by Friday morning. But back to the snow, I want to bring in our storm specialist, Carl Parker. Carl, it's only going to take 4.9 inches of snowfall, I believe, to crack the top 10 March snowfalls for Lexington, and it looks like we are well on our way with several more hours to go of this type of snow.
Yeah, exactly right. And there have been a number of locations that have had 8, 9 inches already. And Maria, I got to ask you very quickly, it's been a really long winter for a lot of folks. And of course, it's not easy to get around in weather like this, but isn't it beautiful?
It is. I have to say the winds have eased up a little bit, Carl, and it's a snow globe. It really is. It's beautiful and quiet. It is.
Yeah, that is a really nice thing about when it's first snowing. It is very quiet indeed. Thank you so much, Maria. I want to show you what's going on with the moisture here and where it's emanating from. It's pretty remarkable. This flow in the atmosphere, and it's really more of a flow right now. There is an upper low that's eventually going to lift up and swing through the southeast. But right now, it's just this broad flow of moisture that comes all the way from the Pacific. And then you've got more low-level moisture that's moving in right from the Gulf of Mexico. And that is really what is driving, along with the cold air that has come down across the country, that's really what is driving all of this wintry weather. And look how long this area of wintry weather is. It now extends from North Texas and right across the Ohio Valley. This is the area, that's where Maria is, by the way. That's where we've really been getting some very hefty snowfall rates. And the snow is now just beginning to come down across the Northeast. So we'll begin in Dallas. And we just heard from Ron Blom there, and you see that there is freezing rain. It's starting to be replaced by sleet on the northwest side, so that's good news. Freezing rain, of course, very high impact. Sleet, not so much, although it can be a problem on the roads. And then here you've got a lot more on the way coming up and into the Metroplex, and we expect to see more freezing rain and sleet right through the night tonight. Now here is the heavier snow coming up into the western part of the Ohio Valley. We've had sleet going on for a while now in Memphis and in Little Rock, and there could be sleet accumulations along the line of 2 to 3 inches, and then freezing rain into central Mississippi, northern Alabama tomorrow morning. There's your heavier snow in the Ohio Valley, and there is our rain changing over to snow right now in Pennsylvania. Here's the model forecast, and we'll watch that snow really breaking out all across the 95 corridor tomorrow morning as folks are trying to get to work, and it will linger for a lot of the day, especially in the mid-Atlantic region. That's why the totals are going to end up being on the order of 5 to 8 inches across a lot of central and southern Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania, the Delmarva, back through Maryland, D.C., and into northern Virginia. Not the worst of snowstorms, but it's certainly a respectable one and one that will cause problems on the roads. Now here's the model for the south, and what we're looking at in the pink here is sleet and freezing rain, and we will see some heavier rain coming into parts of Mississippi and also Alabama and Louisiana, Tennessee into tomorrow morning. So where that's happening, we could be talking about more significant accumulations of freezing rain, possibly some power outages in addition to very serious problems on the road. Jackson and Starkville and Columbus up into Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, right up into Tennessee, and that is slowly going to wind down as we move into the middle of the day on Thursday. Alex, over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Carl. Following it very closely in parts of the Northeast as well.
That's right. Philadelphia, let's take a look right now where Winter Storm Thor could drop from 3 to 5 inches of snow there through tomorrow. Highs hovering around the freezing mark right now, though. We're 42 degrees and light rain.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 85. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
No rain can keep these guys away from you. Because when severe weather breaks out,
we saw houses obliterated.
The devastation here is just ridiculous.
The First Response Team of America storms in.
Our mission is pretty straightforward. Get to a storm site quickly and start helping survivors immediately.
Thank you! Buckle up and follow the team all winter long on the Weather Channel and weather.com/responders. The First Response Team of America, powered by Ram, the official truck of the Road to Recovery.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as one treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
At the end of the day, my hands are beat up.
Especially during the winter times, hands are splitting, cracking, making it very difficult to do my job.
O'Keeffe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
Best stuff we've ever used.
It just works.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
Each year, 17 billion toilet paper tubes are used. Enough to fill the Empire State Building twice. Toss the tube for good with Scott Naturals Tube Free.
Is your back acting up again? Is lower back pain a daily drain? If you're one of the millions who suffer from the agony of lower back pain, you need Be Active, the revolutionary new pressure system that helps ease discomfort in your lower back, buttocks, and legs. Watch. Just slip on Be Active and tighten the strap. You'll soon begin experiencing pain relief. Look, back pain often radiates from the lower back to your lower extremities. But apply Be Active to the point in the calf muscle to relieve pain. The secret is the pressure pad that gently compresses, alleviating pain to the nerve and lower back.
The Active provides firm pressure behind the knee on the specific pressure point, which can help relieve the pain and suffering from sciatica.
I just slide it on, I tighten the strap, I feel the pressure point right behind my knee, and right away I feel the release of pain in my lower back.
Wow, I can feel comfort already.
It's like right away relief.
I just put it on, but I can feel it already easing the pain.
You can't see the relief? I can feel it.
It kind of feels like it's relaxing that muscle.
But now I don't feel the pain at all. This is really something.
Be Active gives you the ability to be active again. Wear it while exercising. Keep up with the kids. It's invisible under clothing, comfortable enough to sleep in. Be Active easily adjusts to fit almost any leg. Be Active is always there to deliver the pain relief you need. Now feel the freedom of being active again with the pressure point therapy of Be Active for just $19.99. But wait, call now and we'll double the offer free. Just pay separate processing. If you don't begin to feel quick back relief, send it back and owe nothing. You get it all for just $19.99. So call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-732-6143. That's 1-800-732-6143. Or go online at beactivebrace.com. Call or click today. That's 1-800-732-6143.
Well, check it out. The snow is coming down pretty hard here in Louisville, Kentucky tonight. This is new video, and you see locals there doing their best to get inside and outside of the frigid conditions. Winter storm warning remains in effect for you in Louisville until Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Snow and dangerous driving conditions are expected to last well into the morning. So right now, we look at the radar, and boy, we see all blue. So it is snow where you see the darker blues. That's where we're indicating some of the heavier snow. So visibility is down. We're getting moderate snow in Louisville right now, and we're going to see it pile up. So the forecast is for it to continue on until at least 8 o'clock in the morning. And notice the temperatures. 18 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. So the roads are going to be treacherous, and then we start to see the clouds, well, through the rest of the day, but temperatures in the 20s. Alex?
Well, certainly seen a lot of changes there in and around the Louisville area. And NBC's John Yang has the story from there.
Here in Louisville, a crazy 24 hours. Tuesday, a high of 62. Wednesday afternoon, rain and sleet, and now snow expected to continue until sunrise on Thursday. Snow, sleet, and ice overnight gave way to river flooding across the northern part of the country. Ice-jammed streams and creeks in the Ohio River Valley, inundating roads and communities like this one in West Virginia. In Ohio, a woman had to be rescued after her car was swept into a river. Outside Pittsburgh, blocked roads forced boat rescues and evacuations.
We had a nice little experience going over a couple big pieces of ice and everything.
Flood warnings and closed schools from Louisville to Memphis to Cincinnati. In the Northeast, snow triggered massive roof collapses, including a dairy farm in central New York and the old Bayside Expo Center in Boston. The city is less than 2 inches shy of a season snowfall record.
I can't wait till spring. I'm counting down the days.
Boston thermometers did hit 40 degrees today for the first time in a month and a half, ending the city's longest cold spell on record. In the Deep South, dramatic 20-degree temperature drops. In Greenwood, Mississippi, 79 to 59 in just 26 minutes. And in Greenville, Mississippi, 74 to 53 in just 11 minutes. More than 2,000 flights canceled from Dallas to Chicago to New York. And at the Louisville airport, travelers tried to escape the bluegrass state before it turned white.
If I'm going to be stuck in, I'd rather be stuck in at home.
In Louisville, it's a rarity to have one big snowfall in the winter. This is the second major snowstorm here in about 3 weeks. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much. Another problem we've been seeing is the ice, and we're concerned about some of you losing some power. And boy, it's going to get cold over the next 24 hours for some of you. So how much would it take to cause problems? Well, a quarter inch or less will actually coat the windshields. Bridges are going to become slick overpasses, and there's some light ice on the trees. That's a quarter inch or less. Now, most of you will probably see that across the South. Not everybody in the South, but we're forecasting it. But as far as disruptive ice events, a quarter of an inch to a half inch will mean tree limbs begin to sag, roads becoming very icy. This is where we start to see power outages, but it's crippling, which is the worst. That's a half inch and more of ice accumulating on trees and power lines will cause tree damage, power to go out, and also dangerous roads or impassable roads in the area. So where are we going to see this type of ice? Well, here in central Louisiana, northern Louisiana, we could see a quarter of an inch to a half inch. This is where we could see the power outages, even southern parts of Arkansas and into parts of Memphis, or parts of Alabama, I should say, and Mississippi. So not everybody will see power outages, but if I were you, whenever there's freezing rain in the forecast, just always be prepared for this and for dangerous road conditions as well. Alex?
All right, Kim, and as we look towards the northeast, another area that's going to be impacted by our winter storm Thor, that would be the Big Apple. Here's a live look at how things are faring for you right now, and you'd think, hey, we're in the low 40s, it's rain right now, and where's this wintry weather coming in from? Well, cold air is going to surge in, and that's going to change that precipitation from the rain to a bit of snow. So things could get tricky out there as we try to get on the roads heading on into tomorrow.
People that would do anything for golf deserve a store that would do anything for golfers. Visit Golfsmith for the largest selection and guaranteed lowest prices. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
Introducing Ring, the world's most advanced doorbell.
Hello? Delivery for Aaron Parker? Thanks, you can leave it at the door.
Ring streams HD video and audio to smartphones and tablets. With dual power options, you can install Ring in just minutes. And Ring's real-time motion alerts are the perfect way to monitor your home. Convenience, monitoring, security. Order your Ring video doorbell today at ring.com.
Murder, conspiracy, religion, Armageddon.
In 2 days, nothing of this world will exist.
Don't miss.
This could throw the whole world into chaos.
The must-see, edge-of-your-seat thriller.
You've taken it too far, Peter.
That's about to become your next addiction.
Oh my God. It's all leading to the end of days.
Dig premieres tomorrow at 10, only on USA.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine and clouds. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Most homes have air leaks and drafts that waste as much energy as leaving a window open in your home all year long. Call Champion Windows at 844-4CHAMPION. When you buy 2 rooms of windows, you'll get the 3rd room free. Call today, because every home needs a champion.
Why do I take Metamucil every day? Because it helps me skip the bad stuff. I'm good. That's what I like to call the Meta Effect.
4-in-1 Multi-Health Metamucil is clinically proven to help you feel less hungry between meals. Experience the Meta Effect with our Multi-Health Wellness line.
I take Prilosec OTC each morning for my frequent heartburn. Because you can't see, zero heartburn.
Prilosec OTC, the #1 doctor-recommended frequent heartburn medicine for 9 straight years. 1 pill each morning, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
Right now at Men's Warehouse, save on select clearance items. Get clearance suits for only $149.99. Clearance non-iron dress shirts for $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
I don't know what I should do next.
Do what everybody else does. Start a business. Build yourself a website.
Welcome to T.O.'s Humble Pie.
With Wix.com.
Let's party!
We make it easy to create your own all-pro website. All by yourself.
It makes me happy to go on the computer. I like feeling smart.
Internet Essentials from Comcast has brought low-cost internet access to over 1.4 million low-income people at home.
Internet Essentials helped me progress in my schoolwork. It helped my grades move higher.
Today, it's the largest broadband adoption program in America.
It helped me a lot.
Comcast NBC Universal, helping to bridge the digital divide.
Esurance was born online, which means fewer costs, which saves money. Their customer experience is virtually paperless, which saves paper, which saves money. They have smart online tools, so you only pay for what's right for you, which saves money. They settle claims quickly, which saves time, which saves money. They drive an all-hybrid claims fleet, which saves gas, which saves money. They were born online and built to save money, which means when they save, you save, because that's how it should work in the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
710-5493 or go to getflexshot.com. That's 1-800-710-5493. Order now.
Winter Storm Thor.
This is going to be a long track storm that is going to produce a variety of wintry weather across the U.S.
Live coverage continues in a moment on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back. You were looking at live in Denver, Colorado. Arctic cold gripping the mile-high city. The low tonight getting down to 7 degrees. It's 8 right now, and things warming back up tomorrow. Mostly sunny with high temperatures in the middle 40s, but it's going to be getting colder across the mid-south and the southern plains, and that's been happening in North Texas. 29 degrees right now with freezing rain in Dallas. We've heard about a number of accidents, one fatal accident, unfortunately, and more freezing rain and sleet on the way. Now, there's a big area of precip that's now coming up and into the Metroplex, but as that comes in, the colder air is also driving southward, and that's going to be changing that precip from freezing rain into sleet, and there could be a fair amount of sleet. Of course, sleet has less of an impact than freezing rain. And farther off to the north and east, here in Little Rock, we've had sleet for a while now. That's also been the case in Memphis. It is freezing rain now in Memphis. Notice that there's heavier precip right here, and we're going to continue to see that as all these bands shift farther south down into southeastern Arkansas and northern Mississippi and northern Alabama, which is going to mean most likely freezing rain, and it could be enough to cause a lot of problems in those areas by tomorrow morning. Here we're seeing freezing rain and sleet coming down and into Nashville. In fact, we are now getting a report of some freezing drizzle in Nashville, and we're going to see more problems across the southern part of the state overnight tonight. Here is our forecast. This is the high-resolution model, and this is not meant to be taken as absolute gospel, but it's giving you a really good idea of what's going to happen through the night. And there's that area of freezing rain and sleet. You notice that there is heavier rain that's driving up into these areas where you've got surface freezing air, and that's going to mean some more moderate accumulations, maybe 1/4 of an inch, and that's tomorrow morning there in central Mississippi, northern Alabama, and Tennessee. Very messy start to the day, and that will gradually thin out as we move towards the middle of the day tomorrow. Still some lingering problems in eastern Tennessee. A lot of snow coming down. Southern Illinois, as much as 7-8 inches of snow, continues to be fairly heavy. A lot of moderate reports across northern Kentucky. We are looking for a large area of several inches of snow here, and then as much as a foot in parts of West Virginia and eastern Kentucky. And then that snow is now beginning to develop in central Pennsylvania, changing from rain to snow as the colder air here too drives farther to the south. Here's the model forecast showing you how that snow is going to set up and down 95 into tomorrow morning, and then continue to drive a little farther southward. We'll be going for the better part of the day in Baltimore, Philly, and D.C., and then finally we'll wind down late in the afternoon, and by evening is going to move on out. But that is going to mean a sizable area of several inches of snow, talking about 5 to 8 inches from New York City down through New Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania, Philly, right across the turnpike there into Lancaster, into Dover, Delaware, Maryland, Baltimore, D.C., and then right across 66 and down 81. Not the worst of storms, but it's certainly going to be a very healthy snowstorm for a lot of the Northeast. And again, this is primarily from this morning right through tomorrow, and then winding down by tomorrow evening. Alex, over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Carl. Well, on the southern side of Thor, it's the rain and even some thunder for parts of the southeastern states. Here's a live look at Atlanta, Georgia, a view from the top of the Coca-Cola World headquarters, and what a difference. Last night, a lot of fog. You could barely see the buildings. Well, it's just mostly cloudy now. Now, tomorrow we've got the threat for some showers out there for you with temperatures that'll be in the 50s, much cooler than the 70s we saw today. There's some of the rain, East Texas, and see some lightning strikes showing up there across the area. So can't rule out a few rumbles of thunder, and then spreading its way across the rest of the Deep South, some spotty showers here at this hour. So as we head on through the rest of tonight, Gulf coastal areas, Corpus Christi, Galveston, Houston, over towards New Orleans, spreading over towards the panhandle of Texas, or I should say Panhandle of Florida by tomorrow. So heads up there, Panama City, Tallahassee, all these areas will be dealing with that threat for some rain up towards Montgomery, Macon, and Georgia through the Carolinas. We've got rain there. It's that northern extent where the cold air is going to meet up with that moisture where we'll be most concerned with the wintry precipitation. But none of that expected for you in Atlanta. It's all going to be rain. We start to see that moving in as we move in through the overnight hours, heading into the morning. So the roadways will be wet tomorrow, wet pavement to deal with for the morning rush. And the other thing to watch out for is the chilly conditions. We'll start off in the 60s in the morning and then look at those numbers dropping throughout the day into the 40s. So dressing for that and, of course, having to need those umbrellas throughout the day. Kim?
You know, our team of meteorologists will be tracking Thor through the night. Coverage continues on air at 4 a.m. with Wake Up with Al. And, of course, you can always get the latest information online at weather.com or on your mobile device. We also have one more thing to tell you about tonight that's coming up right after your local on the 8th.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 85. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time. Low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And it's time for one more thing on Winter Storm Thor. And wow, impacting the deep south this time around. We have got snow, freezing rain, sleet, even heavy rain to talk about. Dallas, all kinds of weather, but now it's cold and we're looking at wintry weather with a mix and eventually over to snowfall before it ends around the Big D. Temperatures will be dropping into the upper to mid-20s tonight. So it's going to be very icy. A lot of accidents already being reported around the town. Please use caution. I would not travel at this time if I were you in Dallas. As a matter of fact, look at the forecast for 2 o'clock in the morning. Snow continues till at least 2 in the morning. So we get ice, freezing rain, and the wind. Nasty conditions. And then just clouds as we get through 4 o'clock in the morning. And believe it or not, by 8 o'clock in the morning, it's back to sunshine. But those temperatures are going to stay below freezing at least through lunchtime. So that means the roads are still going to be icy. All right, Memphis, though, we're getting closer to it all changing over to snow. Enjoy the show.
Wow, wow, wow.
This time on Highway Through Hell.
We're on a dangerous road.
A backcountry recovery puts Adam's crew
Here we go. Put your back.
in a tight corner.
Or is it just like black ice?
Police take to the sky
Get the highways open quicker.
to solve a deadly mystery.
He's going to lose the truck.
And Jamie's lone wolf
Now what? Hey.
runs into Heavy Rescue's top dog.
About 15 minutes, get the road open because the highway guy is bitching. Are you kidding me?
On the Highway Through Hell, the last line of defense is a heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster. Because closure is not an option.
Yet? Oh, wait, it is. It's a winter wonderland.
Late in the season, the temperature hovers near freezing.
It's snowing pretty hard. A little bit of slushy compact up in front of you there.
The weather on BC's Coquihalla Highway can change in an instant.
It's now turned to rain. Go easy northbound.
It's dangerous for everybody being on the road. There's spray, there's ice, there's slush.
Compact and slippery and rain. Just going to be a mess tonight.
It's the recipe for disaster, really.
At 5:30 p.m.
Wow.
10 minutes west of Hope on the Trans-Canada Highway.
There's a lumber truck there, wiped out that fled Hope. What lanes are blocked? Both the eastbound lanes are closed.
He caught a snowy edge and overcorrected and then just began a barrel roll. There's not much space left for a body in there. I think he's pretty fortunate that he's still with us.
Both eastbound lanes of Highway 1, the country's major artery, are blocked.
I don't know if it's Jamie Davis on call, but they're going to need some heavy equipment to clear all this.
Adam Gazzola is on break after 4 weeks up north, but he couldn't resist the lure of a big wreck.
Well, I'd come down for my 10 days off and figured I'd come out and have some fun. Yeah. What do you want to do? You think we should skid these ones out of the way? We need to get this highway opened up. We'll just tip it over with a couple wreckers. Get the hell out of here. Phil's got the Peterbilt. He's backing up to the truck right now.
Adam is top dog in Alberta, but BC is Howie Irwin's turf.
Well, Howie's in Chilliwack somewhere coming this way.
Until Howie's on the scene, Adam takes charge.
So if you come down here with 47, at least we'll be able to do something with it. Okay? How's she going today? The highways are in a big panic, so whatever we're going to do, we should probably try to do her.
The B train is too heavy to flip with a load of lumber still attached.
You gotta talk to Wayne here.
Heavy Rescue's newest driver, Wayne Sahata, will have to cut the load free.
We gotta crawl up there and cut it. You crawling out when I get on top of the tire? There you go. You got her, Wayne. How about that?